Welcome everyone to the Tonkin Legal Group, home of the Australian Family Law Podcast, the AFLP. Definitely not the official podcast of the Australian Football League, lest they come at us, because this is episode 10. We're now in the double digits, and we can't be having the AFL knocking on our door telling us to take this down. We've got a good thing going, gentlemen, and we want to keep it rolling. St. John, how are you? The monkey's finally off the back.
Oh, the drought has broken, mate. Go the Tigers. We're back.
Hey, the Tigers.
Yeah, no, good to get a win. Albeit against West Coast, but a win is a win, and all you can do is play who you're scheduled to play.
Without 90% of your team, I think you'd take that win any day of the week.
True. Yeah, no, that was a dig deep sort of win, Adam Uzo style. So let's hope that can galvanise the team a little bit. And we've got Adelaide at home this week. Well, Adelaide at the G this week. So anything could happen.
Easy win.
It's a gimme.
I don't want to say what's likely to happen, because we want to keep the good feelings going. And you know, the D's, you know, you guys were really good, very respectable.
We were. I don't like respectable losses, but I think it was one. We looked like we were going to get blown away at one stage in the last quarter. I think we were 6 goals down. So to bring it back to almost within 2 goals at one point with a couple of minutes to go, yeah, good effort. Years gone by, we would have absolutely capitulated and rolled over. So no, I'll take that.
I turned it off, Charlie, and then I was watching something else on my iPad, and a little message came up, close game, about to finish. And I thought, oh, bloody hell, Melbourne's come back.
Yeah. They missed a lot of easy ones, to be fair, in the last 5 minutes, Sydney, but we hung in there. So, take that against the top team.
What's the key from Kingy? And that is, we don't care how many goals the other team scores, as long as we score more.
Exactly. Just kick more goals. Don't worry about how many they score, as long as they're less than us.
Well, I wonder if Sam Mitchell is telling his charges, you know, his team a similar message, maybe kick a bit straighter. They definitely could have avoided the stress and drama of the draw on Thursday night had they kicked a little bit straighter. But you know, it's been that way since the dawn of time. Bad kicking is bad football.
True.
But
True.
That's not going to be our message here today. Today we're talking about bad social media policy can be bad for your family law case, for example, because there was Whiteboard Gate, ladies and gentlemen, Whiteboard Gate. The Brisbane Lions against my boys decided, you know what, Essendon do not pose any threat to us. Let's just leave this fairly compromising whiteboard in clear view of the Auskick parents. Not wise.
Outrageous. You know, internal intellectual property displayed to the world on social media. What's your view? I mean, I understand the chap said it was posted to a private page, but really, social media ain't private. There's probably about 1 million followers to that private page.
Yeah, nothing's private. Once it's posted, it can be screenshotted and sent to many people. But I mean, like we were discussing just before off air, I think Brisbane could easily remove themselves from that position and wipe down the whiteboard or move it into a different room. But equally, you put your faith in people that you allow into your change rooms, that they're not going to exploit that and take photos of your intellectual property. Just strange behavior.
I think what makes it more, I think, surprising is it's their intellectual property, but it's also their views on other people. So and for everyone now to know what you think of those people, especially considering that you're going to play against them, it's certainly very interesting, and that's the reason why we sort of thought about it as a good topic for this episode today, because a lot of times what people end up posting on social media might not necessarily be about themselves. It could very well be their views, their opinions, sometimes scathing, of their significant other, So, and a lot of people are trying to make that, I suppose, connection in terms of Brisbane and Essendon, but we see it all the time in family law between separating couples who maybe are trying to get one on against each other, trying to press where it hurts, and it can lead to some downfalls in their matter, can't it?
It can. And I take you guys to section 114 or 114Q of the Family Law Act that says if you're publishing to the public any information about a family law proceeding, whether it be about a witness, a party, or any other interested party within the matter, that's an indictable offence, which means it's a serious offence, possibly a jail term. So if you're going to comment on Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, what's the other platforms? Any other social
Twitter.
media, but Twitter, the details about a family law matter, which may be currently before the court, you're putting yourself in some significant danger. So it's a beware situation, isn't it? Like this chap who posted the whiteboard picture. Did he really think about the ramifications of his actions? I don't know, but certainly in family law matters, we need to advise our clients to do that. Now, as you said, Joe, social media is often used to capture moments. Might be 3 o'clock in the morning when you've had too much to drink. Surprisingly, that information sometimes finds its way into the court when evidence is being produced about one's lifestyle choices, one's capacity to look after children. If you're out at 3 a.m. when the child's meant to be in your care, it can be fairly damning evidence. So moral of the story is if you're separating or you have a family court process on foot, don't use social media.
Yeah, I think assume that whatever you post on the socials is going to end up in court. That's generally the advice, and particularly for parenting matters, sometimes you'll see partner or ex-partners making disparaging comments about the other parent, but it's even relevant for, I guess, property matters in family law. So if someone's posting, lavish holidays, or they've just got a new car that they're flaunting, yet on the flip side they're claiming that that they've got a low income and they've got a high need in terms of their I guess their financial position. That's where you can almost shoot yourself in the foot through posting your own property matters. So it's, I guess it's both parenting and property where it can be quite relevant, social media in family law.
It's salutary tale, Joe.
Yeah, even from a family violence perspective, if someone's got a family violence intervention order against someone, you'll find, if you pay attention, a lot of those orders tend to also prohibit any correspondence or publications in relation to a protected person listed on that order. And whilst we've discussed in previous episodes that an intervention order of itself is not criminal in nature, a breach of it, such as posting on the socials about a protected person, whether it be an ex or a child, is of course a breach of an intervention order and therefore also a criminal offence. So no benefits really can be gained from family violence, property or parenting perspectives when it comes to posting online, especially when it comes at the expense of your significant other or the ex.
Yeah,
I can imagine I can imagine it's very tempting for people to, spread some news, spread some ill-gotten information about their partner, but it invariably backfires, and I'd be very careful, very careful.
Yeah, best practice, just don't post. Don't post. It's the safest course of action if it's about any of those matters. Like Joe said, protected persons or the children or the other parents, it's safest to not post.
Exactly right, and you can be sure that this person now who called up to SEN, voluntarily trying to come into bat for himself to say that the Brisbane Lions, no one gave him any clear direction not to do it. Look, guys, you don't have that excuse now. If you've listened to this podcast or watched it here, we've told you, don't post on social media. We don't want you getting in big trouble. Okay.
I think that was that chap's excuse. Nobody told me. That's
Yeah.
correct, isn't it? Nobody said I couldn't take
Yeah.
photos.
Ignorance,
Yeah,
not an excuse.
Nobody said you should put your head in an oven, but anyway. So it seems a little odd, doesn't it? But anyway, the landscape of AFL and family law clashes again.
Absolutely. And if you guys enjoyed what you had to hear or see from us in this episode 10, please make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to not miss out on any of our weekly episodes as they come out. And if you're listening to us on Spotify, please rate us 5-star. Will greatly help our outreach to reach more and more people to help demystify family law, talking about our beautiful game of AFL football. St. John and Charlie, thank you so much for a wonderful first 10 episodes. Here's to another 10 more to come.
Thanks, Joe. Thanks, Charlie.
Thanks, guys. Looking forward to it.
Yeah,
hopefully the Bombers win soon. That
Go
would be very
Tigers.
great. Go Bombers.
That's hard.